Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So we have the White Dwarf November issue, which of course the big thing in this is the Index Imperialis, which is including all the brand new Inquisition stuff. This has now been sent to me. So let's jump in and let's take a look at all the new rules and all the stratagems and everything like that goes with Inquisition. Let's do it. Okay, so let's start with the keywords, and also a massive shout out to a chap called Brad over on Facebook who sent me all these. You're an absolute legend, mate. So hopefully everyone thanks Brad, because without him I wouldn't be able to do this video. Right, so keywords. It says throughout this section you will come across the Ordo keyword. When you include such a unit in your army, you must nominate which Ordo it is from and then replace the Ordo keyword in every instance on the datasheet with the name of your chosen Ordo. The Ordos available are Ordo Hereticus, Ordo Malleus, Ordo Xenos, and the Ordo Minoris. So it's below that it says, for example, if you include Acolytes unit in your army and decide they are from the Ordo Hereticus, their Ordo keyword becomes Ordo Hereticus. So basically, you have to stick with these keywords throughout the game. You can't just say, okay, this guy is Ordo Hereticus, this guy is Ordo Xenos, this guy is Ordo Malleus, because as we're going to see throughout the book in a minute, each Ordo brings a certain ability to the actual game. You get rerolls and certain things and stuff like that. And as you can see, these are the actual abilities over here. So it says Quare, units with the Ordo Malleus, Ordo Hereticus, Ordo Xenos, and the Ordo Minoris keyword gain the respective ability below. So let's start with the Ordo Malleus one. It says, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit against a Chaos or Demon unit, you can reroll hit rolls, you can reroll the wound roll. That's pretty decent. I like that. That's pretty good. But again, it's only versus Chaos and Demons. The next one, Ordo Hereticus. Well, that is Malleus, by the way. So, yeah, Malleus are all about, chaos and all that kind of stuff. Ordo Hereticus, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit against a Chaos or a Psyche unit, you can re-roll hit rolls and you can re-roll the wound rolls. Very nice. And again, Hereticus, Chaos, Psychers, more makes sense lore-wise. Ordo Xenos, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit against a unit that is not Chaos, Imperium, or unaligned, you can re-roll the hit roll and you can re-roll the wound roll. I was a bit concerned then. So it's against a unit that is not Chaos, Imperium, or unaligned. I thought it was against them. Yeah, to just double check that. So you can re-roll your hit and you can re-roll your wound rolls against anything that is not Chaos, Imperium, or unaligned. Now, reading this, I think this is really, really awesome, because if I think what it means, you can probably have a lot of fun. So, Authority of the Inquisition. Infantry units with this ability can embark aboard any Imperium transport model, even if that model normally only permits models with other faction keywords to do so. All other restrictions apply normally, and the Inquisition Terminator model can only embark aboard transport models that specifically allow Terminator models to do so. Now, the reason I like this, technically, does this mean I can put my Inquisition guys in a repulsor tank or an executioner tank and just, have it full of like Eisenhorn, you have this executioner tank coming towards you, and all of a sudden Eisenhorn balls out with a little small retinue of guys and stuff like that. That could be kind of cool. I really do like that idea. Again, it's kind of with the lore, because the Inquisition can go anywhere. It can do anything it wants. It has the highest authority. It's basically this. Well, I say it's second down for the Emperor. It's not really, because you probably can argue that the Custodians are second and the Inquisition, well, maybe joint, but basically those two don't answer to anyone. And onwards to the glorious stratagems. So Cyclonic Torpedo, which is 4 command points, by the way. This is a hefty chunk of change, but then again, maybe you're going to have a lot of command points, because I would normally see these being tag team with probably the guard the most. I'm not too sure. I'm just making baseless theories. Right, so it says, use this stratagem in your shooting phase. If an Inquisitor model from your army is on the battlefield, select 1 point on the battlefield and roll 1d6 for each unit within 2d6 of that point, subtracting 1 from the result if the unit being rolled for is a character. On a 4+, that being roll for suffers D3 mortal wounds. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. So it's more or less a more costly orbital bombardment, I would say. You could argue that the 2d6 will give you more of a range. So if you have like these horde armies and stuff, maybe that may be better to use than an orbital bombardment if you have the choice. But for 4 command points, yeah, I find that a little tad bit pricey. I don't think I would ever use that. Those 4 command points could be used elsewhere for a bit more hump, for a bit more damage in certain areas, for me anyway, and my armies that I play. And the next one is 1 command point. This is called Seize for Interrogation. Oh, good God, no, don't ever be seized by an Inquisitor. Use this stratagem in any phase after an enemy character unit is destroyed within 3 inches of any Inquisition units from your army. Gain D3 command points and subtract 1 from the leadership characteristics of an enemy unit until the end of the battle. You can only use this stratagem once per battle. So for 1 command point, potentially, you could get back 3 command points, or should I say 2, because you are using 1. So yeah, a potential of getting 2 command points back by using that 1 command point. Is that worth it for a lot of people? I've been using that as the Imperial Fist one. The Imperial Fist got, so I think it's called Dawn's Fist or something like that, where you spend 1 command point and you have the chance of getting 3 back. And so far, my luck has been with me rolling the dice, and I've got 3 command points back every time. So, well, again, technically 2 command points. So it's been worth it for me, and it's nice to use for the Imperial Fist stuff. And the next one is called Inquisitorial Mandate. This is 1 command point. Once again, it says use this stratagem before the battle. Select 1 Inquisitor model from your armor that is not your Warlord and determine 1 Warlord trait for it. It is regarded as your Warlord for the purpose of that Warlord trait. If that model is not a named character or vehicle, you can give 1 relic of the Inquisition to that model. All the relics, all the relics your army includes must be different and be given to different models. You can only use the stratagem once per battle. We've had that one before as well. That's in the Imperial Fist Codex. It kind of is like most of these stuff, and I'm sure people are aware of this, is that what they normally do is just like they just rehash these and give them new names and stuff like that, but they're more or less all the same. Again, the Imperial Fists have got that one. When it comes to something doing that and giving like other relics and stuff. The next one is 1 command point. Once again, this is called Requisition. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase, the fight phase, or your opponent's charge phase when an Imperium infantry or Imperium bike unit from your army that is within 6 inches of a friendly Inquisitor unit fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot or fight with until the end of that phase when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit against an enemy unit bloody hell, I can't even say the word. In that Inquisitor's unit ability, reroll or a hit roll of 1. So there you go. It just rerolls in all the phases. So it says the fight phase, the shooting phase, the fight phase, and the charge phase. There we go. So you get to reroll all your 1s. Depending what phase you want to be using it in. They seem decent. Nothing mind-blowingly over the top, I think. Nothing that really makes me think, oh boy, these guys are really going to be tier-changing, let's say. Just basically what you really expect from these White Dwarf books. They don't really go overboard in terms of brokenness. I think it's more or less like lore-based when it comes to doing things and stuff like that, in my personal opinion anyway. Okay, let's jump on and let's go through all the relics. So let's start at the top, the Ignis Judicium, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. The Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor, so this is for the Ordo Hereticus model, equipped with the Inferno Pistol only. This relic replaces an Inferno Pistol and has the following profile. Weapon, Ignis, the bloody thing I just said. Sorry, I'm awful at saying things. Range 12, Pistol 1, Strength 8, AP -4, Damage D6. Holy moly, Emperor. I love seeing D6 damage. I don't know why. It gets me all excited because I normally, with my luck, always roll D6. It has a few abilities when resolving an attack made with this weapon against a unit that was in half range or that has Chaos or Psychic keyword. Roll 2d6 when inflicting damage. Oh my holy Emperor. Roll 2d6 when inflicting damage with it and discard 1 of the results. Alright, I thought it was going to stick. Like, you get to roll 2d6. So basically, you roll 2d6 and you take the highest. That's pretty nice. I like that. I very much like that. I always love d6 stuff. Blade of the Ordo. This is the next one down. An Inquisitor model equipped with the Power Sword only. This relic replaces a Power Sword and has the following profile. Blade of the Ordo, range melee, type melee, strength +1, AP -3, damage is D3. Abilities, when resolving an attack made with this weapon against a unit that is specified by the bearer's quarry ability, so it's either Ordo or something like that. The weapon has a damage characteristic of 3 for that attack. We went over the quarry stuff before. It's you Ordo, Xenos, or or Hereticus, depending on what bonus you get. The next one down is Biocorrosive Poisons. Ordo Xenos Inquisitor model only when resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model with this relic against a unit that is not a vehicle or a titanic. A wound roll of 2+ is always successful. There you go. So you're getting 2s with that one. Very, very nice. If we jump down and go to digital weapons, Inquisitor model only, when a model with this relic fights, it can make 1 additional attack using a close combat weapon profile. See the Warhammer 40,000 rulebook. When resolving that attack, if a hit is scored, the target suffers 1 mortal wound and the attack sequence ends. Oh, I like mortal wounds. Mortal wounds are always good. You can't stop me. Boom, boom, boom. Tainted Blade. Oh, good God, what's this? Ordo Malleus Inquisitor model equipped with a power sword only. This relic replaces a power sword and has the following profile. Tainted Blade. Range melee, type melee, strength is 3+, AP -3, and damage is 1. But it's got a massive ability here. In the fight phase, when the bearer is chosen to fight with for the first time that phase, roll 1d6. On a 1, the bearer suffers 1 mortal wound and the weapon cannot be used that phase. Okay, don't roll 1s. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, if the saving throw is failed, you can make 1 additional attack against the same unit using this weapon. This additional attack cannot generate another attack. Okay, so if he doesn't save that one as well, you can't go, well, I get to do it again, because that would be massively broken. And the last one is Black Shroud Inquisitor model only. And when resolving an attack made against a model with this relic, subtract 1 from the wound rolls. Okay, that's it. Again, I'm probably just going to go and say the top one. The Ignis Pistol, damage D6, strength 8, AP -4. That is very, very nice. Give me the D6 damage. I would like to purge all the enemies of the Imperium. Okay, so let's move on to the psychic stuff now. Now, this is a new thing. This is called Telethesia Discipline. This is like a new psycho thing when it comes to the Inquisition, which is kind of cool. I'll do the psychic stuff and then do the Warlord stuff, and then I'll just call a video there because I don't want to make like a 20-minute video going over each stat card and stuff. If you actually want to come and see the images yourselves, I'll post them in my Discord and you can come over and look at them and all that kind of stuff. Right, so let's start with number 1. So this one is called Terrify. Terrify has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select 1 enemy unit within 18 inches and visible to the psyker until the start of your next psychic phase. Subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of models in that unit, and that unit can fire Overwatch. Okay, that's good. The -2 Overwatch is very, very nice. The next one down is number 2, Psychic Fortitude. Psychic Fortitude has a warp charge value of 4. If manifested, select 1 friendly Imperium unit within 12 inches of this psyker until the start of your next psychic phase. When a morale test is taken for that unit, do not roll the dice. It automatically is passed. Again, that's probably good with guard and stuff if you want to keep him there. Number 3, Dominate. This is very, very big. Dominate has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select 1 enemy model within 12 inches of the psyker that is not a vehicle and roll 3d6. If the total is equal to greater than the model's leadership characteristic, that model can immediately shoot with 1 weapon as if it were your shooting phase, or make 1 attack as if it were your fight phase. In either case, treat that model as if it were a separate unit that is part of your army while shooting or making that close combat attack. That's pretty decent. I'd probably never use that though, to be fair with me, but others may do that. Mental Interrogation is number 4. Mental Interrogation has a warp charge value of 6. I think they've all been 6, right? Yeah, no, sorry, the Psychic Fortitude was not. Mental Interrogation has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select 1 enemy character model within 12 inches of the visible... I'm getting all mixed up. Select 1 enemy character model within 12 inches of and visible to the psyker until the start of your next psychic phase. When resolving an attack made by that model, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If your army is Battleforged, roll 3d6. If the result is equal to or greater than the model's leadership characteristics, you gain 1 command point. That could be pretty cool. You can potentially do subtract a hit and also get command point back if you're low on command points, or you just want to stack your command points. Number 5, Psychic Pursuit. Psychic Pursuit has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select 1 enemy character unit that only contains models with a wound characteristics of less than 10 and is within 18 inches of and visible to the psyker, and then select one friendly Ordo unit within 6 inches of the psyker until the end of your next shooting phase. That Ordo unit can target that character even if it is not the closest enemy unit. That is good. That is something I love to do. I love taking out characters because in this edition, the characters are they are completely all about just buffing and rerolls and stuff like that. So if you can nulligate that and get that out of the way, then you're really going to hinder your opponent. Castigation is the last one, number 6. Castigation has a warp track value of 6. If manifested, select one enemy unit within 18 inches of and visible to the psyker and roll 3d6. If the total exceeds the lowest leadership characteristic in that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. Okay, there we go. That is all the psychic stuff. There's some good stuff in there. Definitely, I think the Psychic Pursuit is probably my favorite. Psychic Pursuit, or Psychic Pursuit. If I was going to use it, it would be Psychic Pursuit because I love killing characters. Okay, and here we have the Warlord Traits. So let me just put this up on my main screen. So number 1 is called Radical. This is awesome. I love this. Once per battle round, you can reroll 1 hit roll, wound roll, damage roll, saving throw, psychic test, or deny the witch test made for this Warlord. Puritan. I love the Radical and Puritan stuff. Improve this Warlord's invulnerable save by 1 to a maximum of 3+. Very, very nice. Number 3 is Formidable Resolve. Add 1 to this Warlord's leadership characteristic and increase the range of this Warlord's unquestionable wisdom ability by 6 inches. Ordo Hereticus, no escape. This Warlord can perform a heroic intervention if there are enemy units within 6 inches of them instead of 3 inches, and when doing so, can move up to 6 inches instead of 3 inches. When the enemy unit within 1 inch of this Warlord is chosen to fall back, you can reroll 1d6 unless any models in that unit have a minimum move characteristic of 4+. That unit cannot fall back this turn. That is good because I normally fall back my stuff and unload my tanks into them. Kind of like, charge me so I can fall back, and then you know, all the DACA comes your way from my main battle tanks. Hopefully, I try to trap characters doing that. Ordo Xenos, the lore, whilst this Warlord is on the battlefield, roll 1d6 each time your opponent uses a stratagem. On a 5+, you gain 1 command point back. Audio Malia, Psychic Mastery. This Warlord knows 1 additional psychic power from the Telephasia discipline and can attempt to manifest 1 additional psychic power in the psychic phase and attempt to deny 1 additional psychic power in your opponent's psychic phase. That is very, very, very cool. I like that. Very, very cool. I think I like the Puritan and the Radical one because I like the whole debate of being a Radical and Puritan when it comes to the actual lore about Inquisitors. All right, Chaprunios, I'm going to call it there because I'm nearing like nearly 20 minutes of just talking, and I think my throat's going to explode. I don't know want to do videos for this long talking about rules and stuff because I don't want to bore you, and I don't want to bore myself either. So thank you for coming, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, if you want all the images and stuff, they're posted over my Discord. Link is in my video description. Come over. Discord is awesome. This is where all us 40k fanatics go, and we just talk absolute 40k crap. It's always fun times. Right, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, feedback on this. Are you an Inquisitor player, and are you liking this so far? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Let me know in the comment section, and we can have a nice little talk about it down there. See you now, and bye-bye.